require standards to ensure that the person behind the wheel is vetted and certified. The requirements: all drivers are proficient in English and are required to obtain a domestic CDL.
In Arkansas right now, I'm going to break it down for you in 60 seconds. They're basically cracking down on foreigners with fake CDLs. That ain't even the correct term for it, because they're real CDLs. They're just not CDLs that were issued by the United States.
A CDL from a valid jurisdiction or a work visa.
We've seen a reduction in the standards for the issuance of these licenses, and we've seen a reduction in the enforcement of the licenses that are available to be used. So we're trying to put language in place that says very specifically, these are the licenses that are okay, and these are the ones that are not.
Harvey Beach, co-sponsor of American Truckers United, says what they have been seeing is a non-domiciled CDL, which they claim are being issued to drivers who do not have a proper CDL. On top of that, Beach says there have been multiple wrecks that have been caused by these truckers. He says with drug testing and new technology nowadays, it doesn't add up.
Arkansas is proposing has 5 key provisions. The first one is all driver CDLs must have been issued by the United States. The second one requires all drivers to demonstrate they can speak English. The third one is a criminally established offense, which says if a non-citizen without a U.S. issued CDL causes bodily harm to another motorist, then they could get a Class D felony and get up to a minimum of 6 months in prison. A citizen without a U.S. issued CDL causes a fatal crash, they can be convicted of a Class B felony with a minimum of 10 years up in prison, baby.
And having more fatality crashes than we have in the last 10 years anyway. There is a 79% increase in injury and fatality crashes in the last 10 years caused by big trucks.
Couldn't believe it. Going through Arkansas, I thought it was a joke. Got stopped at the way station in Arkansas and was handed a piece of paper and it says, "Can you read and write English?" I said, "Yes, sir, I sure can." He goes, "Can you read this?" So I read it to myself, and I was like, okay, I started handing it back. He goes, no, read it out loud for me. So I read it out loud for him, and, it's short and sweet, no problem. He goes, "Now, can you write this for me on this paper?" And I did, and there was a whole bunch of people that had already written on it. And I was actually witnessing people in handcuffs that had been pulled in. And I was like, "What's going on?" And he goes, "Oh, we've come across now that if you cannot read or write in English, that it's a $5,000 fine. And if you have a company in Arkansas that employs people that can't read or write in English, it's a $10,000 fine paid on the spot."